Hey guys, what's up? This is Don and welcome to another tutorial. And today I'm going to be showing you how I did the Call of Duty 3D scan effect. I posted a preview of this to the channel a few days ago and it's gotten a lot of great feedback. So I promised the tutorial and so here we are. But as you may have already noticed, this is not the normal format for motion square tutorials. I didn't want to do a step-by-step of this simply because I think it would be a little bit redundant, in that if you look around YouTube there are hundreds of tutorials on how to track with Bushu, and that is actually the hardest thing you're going to be doing in this whole process. So rather than making a whole step-by-step tutorial, I thought I would just do more of an extended breakdown of how I did the effect. So step one, as you can see, was the tracking in Bushu, and after I did the initial track, I did the camera solve, which is basically the normal workflow anytime you track anything in Bushu. But here's the whole crux of the effect. You can see me just sort of zooming into my frame here, and I select a few points around this little section of the roof, and that was a little too fast. I don't know if you saw that, but if you select a number of points, go to the top menu under 3D tasks, there is an option called generate mesh from a current frame, and that basically creates geometry based on your selection. And this is pretty much how those lines you saw in the preview were generated. In Bushu, I just basically selected the areas which I wanted, and obviously those areas were limited to where there was a good track. So some areas are blank because the solve didn't produce any decent points. But overall, I was able to get quite a few of the sort of planes and shapes in my scene traced. Okay, so at this point I think I'd done all the different shapes that I wanted, so I basically made an export for my camera solve, and then I also had to do an export for the actual geometry. So that was just one extra step, and then I opened up Cinema 4D and I basically loaded up my track data and the geometry. After the geometry was loaded up, I just went ahead and did some further adjustments. In point mode, I could grab any point I wanted and just adjust it to better fit the scene. This took about 5 minutes in total, and in the end I just did a slightly better looking mesh that followed my edges and faces that little bit better. After this, to get the lines effect, I used the atom array and just adjusted the settings until I had a very thin line going around my scene, and as you can see, it's not very difficult at all to achieve this. Then all I had to do then was basically remove the background and set up my render settings. So I did this as an image sequence, PNG sequence, and with transparency turned on, and the next part is After Effects. Okay, so in After Effects I imported my two sequences. First, just the original plate of the footage, and then also the lines render. I had to make sure this was the same frame rate as my scene, so it would follow the scene correctly. And then all I had to do then was insert a white solid and just draw a wide rectangle using a mask, and then animate this going up and down the frame. And this is how I did the scan effect. And just to make it a little bit more organic, I went ahead and feathered the edges and added a turbulence displace, and this was the final result. And that's it. That is how you create the 3D scan effect. I hope that was useful for you. I don't know if I touched up on anything new in particular, but I definitely didn't want to make a long tutorial on this. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.